Welcome back, everybody. If it's your first time here, welcome in to Watch This, where we'll watch this. I'll tell you what I think along the way, and you can tell me what you think and your thoughts down in the comments below. All right, we are still on this mission to figure out what is a woman with Matt Walsh. I think this is 10. I think we've done 10 already. I think we have a couple more to go before we're done, but I think we're getting close. All right, let's roll the vid.
I never fit. I was an alpha female, a sales executive that kind of just didn't fit in any box. When psychologists or somebody that I was in love with or whatever said that I was attractive in the wrong body, I started to think, well, maybe I am. I'm a biological woman that medically transitioned to appear like a male through synthetic hormones.
Looks like a male,
and surgery.
Sure.
I will never be a man.
What? Did he or she, did he, I'm going to say he because he's transitioned now. But like, I have no problem saying he or she. Like, you've changed over. I have no problem, whatever. But did he just say he'll never be a woman or a man? Wow. There's a first. Fresh. I like fresh. I like it. Let's hear how this goes.
Is it transphobic for me to tell the truth? Why is it?
Yes, you transphobe. Don't you know telling the truth is like not allowed? We found that out a few episodes ago. Truth is not a good thing, man. We don't like truth.
Then a couple hundred years from now, if you dug up my body, they're gonna go, yeah, that was a woman. Had babies.
Exactly.
Can you tell me about the procedures that you had?
I've had 7 surgeries. I've had 1 stress heart attack. I've had a helicopter life ride with a pulmonary embolism. I've had 17 rounds of antibiotics. I had 6 inches of hair on the inside of my urethra for 17 months.
What?
Nobody would help me, including the doctor that did this to me because I lost my insurance.
Wow.
I get infections every 3 to 4 months. I'm probably not going to live very long.
I want to know if he's going to ask if he would change what he did.
Was there any real discussion of the risks and the side effects? And
No, there's not. And I know that people want to think that there is, but there's not. The truth is that medical transition is experimental. We have
Yeah, right? Like, how long have we been doing something like this? Not long. And everyone seems to be like, oh, it's safe, no problem, forget about it, it'll be all right, everyone can be anything. Just go get stuff nipped and tucked, and I might get sued for using that. I think that was a TV show. But anyways, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff I think it's a lot more than what people think. You know what I mean?
Studies that said that medical transition helps mental health with kids. They've all been retracted, modified, changed. Right? But the only long-term study tells us 7 to 10 years is when transgender people are the most suicidal.
After?
After surgery.
Right? What's that? So then why are we saying it's okay to, like, let our young children change over from one sex to having the look of another sex?
But that's transphobic to say. For the first time in history.
All right, that's something I want to talk about right now. This is a big annoyance to me, and I mean, probably someone's going to probably say it to me, oh, you're transphobic, whatever. Fine, if that's what you really think, you wouldn't find much more of a loving, caring person, man. I love everybody, unless you're a fucking total ass. Even then, I kind of love you, because obviously you need some love if you're a total fucking ass. You know what I mean? To use something like transphobe is being used just to stop conversation that people don't want to hear. And that is fucking ridiculous. And the fact that people are letting other people get away with it is even more ridiculous.
A marginalized group has a huge dollar sign on the top of their head. We have 5 children's hospitals in the United States promoting that.
What?
That's a phalloplasty. That's a bottom surgery. We have 5 children's hospitals in the United States telling girls that they can be boys at $70,000 a pop in a surgery that has a 67% complication rate.
What? 67% complication rate, and it looks like they pulled something, a part of the muscle or tissue from the forearm to make a penis, I'm guessing. But 67%. Why? I wouldn't even fucking gamble. Like, listen, if I'll warn you ahead of time. If I ever say to you, want to make a bet, don't ever say yes to me. I will not bet unless there's a 100% chance that I'm right. That's just the way I am. So I sure as hell wouldn't even make a bet at 67%. That's crazy.
That will kill me from infection that I can't sue on. We're butchering a generation of children because nobody's willing to talk about anything. I have 3 kids. At the age that they're doing this to kids.
Wow.
I'm not transphobic. I love my kids, and I love other people's kids, and you should too. This is wrong on so many levels.
Can kids consent? Do you think kids are capable of consenting?
Right?
No, they're
Exactly.
not. Being a parent is loving the hell out of your kids.
Why are we parents if kids can just consent to whatever the fuck they want? Right? Isn't my job as a parent to be the person to be like, no, you can't do that, even though you think you can, because you're not, it's not good for you. So I'm going to stop you from doing that. That's the whole idea behind the parenting thing. I mean, obviously there's a lot more to it, but right? That's why, children have guardians when they don't have parents. Somebody to stop them from doing the stupid shit that they're probably going to do because their brain goo has not lived enough life for them to fucking take in enough information to make a logical decision on something like that. Something that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. Right? Like, and parents are like, oh, we should do it. What are you thinking about? It's better for Billy or Tommy or Susie. No, man. Let them figure their shit out first. Figure out who they truly are. Let them live life. Then if they want to do it and they're adults, let them do it. But not as children, man. Not as teenagers. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am. Let me know down below.
And helping them see around corners.
What's the youngest patient that you've operated on?
The youngest patient I've done vaginoplasty on is age 16.
Do you worry that minors...
I think 16 is too... Listen, do you know the stupid shit I was doing at 16? I was an idiot. Now, I'm not saying everyone was as dumb as I was when I was 16, right? But I'll also let you know this. When I was 16, I lived on my own. I had a job. I didn't have supervision of parents, okay? I was an idiot, and I did stupid things, yes. But for a 16-year-old, I was pretty responsible on the same note. And I still did stupid fucking things.
Just don't understand enough about themselves. They're not neurologically developed enough yet to make permanent life-altering decisions?
Absolutely not.
A young person's self-perception, one day they may be clear, the next day they may be totally confused and not sure.
Right?
And you're affirming it with hormones that have never been used in this way in the field of medicine.
You're talking about puberty blockers?
Blockers and then opposite sex hormones.
Opposite
At
sex
what
hormones.
age?
Opposite sex hormones? What? Oh, do they mean like estrogen if you're male and testosterone if you're female? I think that's what they mean. I don't think there's an actual like drug that's an opposite that turns you opposite. That'd be fucking. See, I'm stupid. That's where my brain went. Right there was to what? There's a drug that no. I think they mean opposite hormones. Anyway, sorry.
Does the medical transition begin with medication?
So medical affirmation begins when the patient says they're ready for it.
I really hate this fucking use of affirmation in shit. Medical affirmation. Like, I really don't like the use of it at all. Look at that face. What a great pause. It's like she smelt a nasty fart. Probably deserved it.
For it. So that could be a kiddo who is just starting puberty and panicking because they're getting breast buds or their penis is getting bigger and busier, and they're worried about all kinds of masculine changes. And that way, puberty blockers, which are completely reversible, and
How can something that blocks something be reversible? Right? Like, if you stop puberty for 5 years and then restart puberty 5 years later, you're 5 years older. You can't reverse the 5 years. So how is it completely reversible? I don't get that comment. It's like one of these things that people like to say when their meaning is really different. What they mean is they can restart those chemicals after the pause. The body will start making them again. I think that's what she means. Not that it's fucking reversible. Like, you can, because you can't turn back time. Like, I hate when they use words like that and they mean something else than what the fucking word really means.
don't have permanent effects are wonderful because we can put that pause on puberty.
Oh, fuck off.
It's like if you were listening to music, you put the pause on and we stop the blockers and puberty would go right back to where it was.
Except you're X amount of years older and you don't think that's going to change things? This woman's crazy. She's crazy. And she's another one that are out there helping people.
The next note in the song just delayed that period of time.
You can just
But what does that delay do? Right? It's not just a pause, especially when you're X amount of years older.
pause puberty
No, you can't.
and then pick
Thank
up
you.
No, you can't.
in the future.
No, you can't.
Thank you.
How many studies do they have, long-term studies, on hormone blockers with children? None.
I just spoke a month or two ago with a mother whose 14-year-old daughter was put on blockers. They discovered after 2 years, this 14-year-old girl has osteoporosis. That's something that like old women get.
How can doctors
Really?
assure parents?
So now we're injecting our children with things that we don't even know that are going to do long term. Yeah. Why? What about this? Who wants to make their child a guinea pig? Like, seriously. I don't want... I'm going to lose it. I'm going to just keep watching because I'm going to fucking just lose it. This is insanity.
That a certain medicine is totally safe. If, based on what you're saying, they can't possibly know that.
How can they be removing the healthy breasts of 15-year-old girls? How can they be sterilizing kids? How can this whole thing be happening, Matt?
Every child that they convince is transgender and in need of medical transition, it generates $1.3 million to pharma.
What? I want to know if that's real. Because that explains... Here's the thing. People are fucking greedy as shit. Especially companies that can make a lot of money off of fucking people. If that is real and there's that much money to be made, then of course these fucking companies are going to be promoting this shit. They promote all kinds of shit that isn't necessarily good for you. You know what I mean? Right? Am I wrong here? Let me know. Am I wrong?
And we're believing a pharmaceutical company, Lupron, hormone blockers, reversible, so they say. Well, the truth is that in 2003, Lupron was sued and deemed a criminal enterprise by the U.S. government. They paid the most fine of any pharmaceutical company at that time, $874 million, wrote a check.
Is Lupron chemical castration?
Yes,
What?
we're giving it to pedophiles, aren't we? We're giving
What? So we're giving the same drug that we give to pedophiles to stop their stuff to children? And we think this is good? Why? For what reason? Man. You know, I was excited about watching this documentary, but I'm really starting to get fucking depressed, man, and angry about the stupid crap that's going on. Like I said, I got 4 kids, man. 4 daughters.
it to people that are dying, and we're giving it to kids, telling them that they were born in the wrong body and it's completely safe.
One of the drugs used is Lupron, right? Which has actually been used to chemically castrate sex offenders?
You know what? I'm not sure that we should continue with this interview because it seems like it's
not?
going in a
Oh, fuck. I love how the second something real comes up and they can't fucking answer it the way they want to. Oh, we need to stop because it's going to be something about her feelings or the way that the conversation, the words are making her fucking feel, right? Is that what's going to happen here?
In a particular direction.
Well, you're a medical professional,
I am a medical professional.
so you don't want to talk about the drugs that you give to kids, or?
Again, I'm a physician and I use medication. You're choosing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a physician. This is someone who went to school and is administering drugs to children.
Exploitive words, drugs I give to kids.
I'm choosing a
chemical
word
castration.
that was in a dictionary.
That's not a correct term for.
It's not a correct. This is supposed to be someone that's gone to school and is saying it's not a correct term. Seriously.
Puberty blocking.
I
in a
could look it
transgender
up on my
person.
phone, but I'm pretty sure if I looked it up,
You can look it up on your phone.
it says medical definition: the administration of a drug to bring about a marked reduction in the body's production of androgens and especially testosterone.
And I'm saying, as a pediatrician who takes care of hundreds of these kids,
You
when
shouldn't be.
use that
You shouldn't be allowed
terminology,
near any
you're
kids.
being malignant and harmful.
I mean,
There it is. When you use that phrase, y'all, you're being harmful. Words are harmful. They hurt now. So you got to stop using them. I don't like when my feelings are hurt.
there are some who would say that giving chemical
Fuck, man.
castration drugs to kids is malignant and harmful.
It's about
Right?
the context of caring for a child and seeing the suffering that kids can have that have not been in affirmative home situations.
What do you say?
Are you kidding me? Listen, man, life is not easy. It's not hard. Sometimes you got to get through shit, man. It's going to be rough sometimes. Sorry. Doesn't mean you give chemicals that are going to mess up a kid's biology to a child that doesn't get shit yet.
Say to the claim that, well, we have to do this for these kids because if we don't, they'll kill themselves. They'll resort to drugs and self-harm.
A lot of them were hurting themselves. A lot of them were suicidal before they even discovered gender. That is never part of the discussion.
Right? These are two separate things that these guys want to mash together and be like, oh, if you don't, all these people are going to like hurt themselves or kill themselves or live a life of drugs and stuff. And it's like, this stuff was happening way beforehand, all those horrible things that happen. This has nothing else. I don't think this is a big factor in it or involved with it. I think it's just these things are overlapping, right? I don't know. Am I wrong? You let me know.
And they say,
I probably am.
what would you rather have? A living daughter or a dead son? If this is what the professionals are saying, it's terrible emotional.
Wow. Could you imagine? Could you imagine being a parent and some fucking doctor telling you that? Right? You have a child that says they want to be male or female, the opposite gender or sex of what they are. And the doctor turns to you and says some bullshit like that. As a parent, what is that going to make you go through, man? In your, that is ridiculous. No doctor. Isn't there what is it, the Hippocratic Oath? I don't know if it's the same here in Canada and the States, if it's all this, but do no harm. I thought that was a thing. Pretty sure that is harmful, not just to the parent, but the child, wow. Oh, I think that was the end of it. Damn, man, that's craziness, right? We shouldn't be allowing children to make these type of decisions about their life when they haven't lived life long enough to know. They're making decisions off of what their friends are saying, what they see on TikTok. The information that they have to make these decisions, there's just not enough there. And then you have doctors and stuff that are telling them stuff like it's reversible. And if you're telling parents that would you rather have a alive daughter or a dead son? How can you do this to people and call yourself a doctor? I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, man, because that is crazy. And on that note, we are going to end this one. We probably only have a couple videos left. I'm really interested to see how all this ends. I definitely think if there was something you should share, please share this stuff. This is stuff that people need to hear about and need to be talking about and needs to be part of a conversation. On that note, I guess subscribe if you haven't yet already. I would love that if you did. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you liked or didn't like, and share. Please share this. I mean, even if you can find other clips of it, doesn't have to be mine. Just share this information with other people, because children are getting messed up, man. They really are. I'm done. Have a good one.